item 10.
All right, I'll come by tomorrow and pick up the copy of that
Yeah.
receipt from you. Or do you have a copy here that I can look at?
You can come in tomorrow.
All right.
Item 10 is for Kevin on our water.
On the water tank. The water tank up by White Rock that's associated with the well number 30 up there, that has not been in use for several years now. The well has sanded up several times, multiple times, and basically over the years it's broken down 8 times, and the district has is not going to put that well back into use. It's a very deep well. It's going to cost a lot of power to run it, and there's no guarantee that it will maintain running similar to the 8 times it's already broken down. So the district is not planning on using that well at all. So the 1 million gallon tank that's sitting up there is not holding any water in it. I think we can get some money for that tank if the district or if the board sees fit to allow staff to move forward in trying to go out and try and sell the tank. There's other options, as I mentioned in my memo here, where we can cut it up and reuse it at another site in the system. Right now, the only area that we need additional storage is the Pulte area. Our master plan is recommending a 1.5 to 2 million gallon tank, so this one's too small for that area. I mean, it could, in the short term, it can get us by until we need to get additional storage in the area.
But if you're gonna incur the cost of taking it down,
And
moving it,
reinstalling it,
you're much better off.
we could try just selling it as scrap metal. That one will generate maybe $10,000 to $15,000 to do that. Or we could do nothing and leave it in place and
Allow target practice.
allow target practice to take place. Or we've been contacted by a couple of potential buyers. However, council has told me that we just can't go out and straight away negotiate with them. That we do have to follow the NRS policies on selling real property, or personal property, sorry, and which I agree with, that we can go out and solicit bids to purchase the tank, and so I'm looking for direction on the board on what your preference is, what you'd like to do with that tank.
Well, if somebody could correct me, the last time we put a tank out for bid, it was not very, the answers were not very good. They were going to charge us several $1,000s just to remove it.
I think that was if you were going to go out and do it as scrap metal. This tank's in fairly decent shape.
Is it
and like I
molded
said,
or welded?
It's welded. It's a welded steel tank. And like I said, we've already been contacted by 2 potential purchasers that have shown interest in the tank, and I think there's more than just the scrap metal residual value in it that we could potentially get to $75,000 to $100,000 out of the tank.
Wow, that'd be great. I say let's put it out for bid.
I'll make a motion if you guys are ready. I move that we direct Kevin to search for buyers on this tank, to advertise it as needed under NRS policy.
We have to do that, right? We have to put it.
Yeah, the state law provisions state that when a local government entity like the district is going to sell property, that all sales of personal property have to be made
Right.
as nearly as possible to the purchasing policies. And once we detach this tank from the real property, it's essentially big personal property, but it's personal property.
We don't have to sell it either if we don't want to, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not your typical personal property. I mean, we got to, there's some unique buyer out there and stuff, so there's some special circumstances to take into consideration. I think the only real specific direction I'd give is, I think Kevin had already considered the possibility of publish a notice in maybe some professional journals and things.
Well, that's under NRS, right?
Yeah, well, the NRS requires we put it in a local newspaper, a local circulation.
What's the cost of a national?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
Okay.
But certainly, if we've had some interested parties, we can solicit those to those and similarly situated buyers, along with the publication in a local newspaper, and see what interest we get on it, and just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And That was part of my motion under NRS guidelines.
So you made the motion?
Second.
Okay, second, motion and second, all those in favor, raise your right hand. 4 in favor, 1 absent, motion carries.